Y'all been done all day? I don't know, is it out?
It's out completely.
Oh, wasn't out for me?
All three of them are? You broke?
Yeah, in fact, none of them go to the council sweat. Oh, wow, I didn't expect a lot of damn in the stairwell. Wow.
Now, see, I take the stairs.
Wasn't that? We make them, no, we don't. We're not. So. Yeah, we're gonna do.
Is that Wayne? Holy mackerel.
Got it on there. I see you hiding.
I think so.
Oh,
Okay. Since we have a form in person.
sorry, yeah. He's right.
Do we have a live form?
No, not live.
Okay, we'll just email out. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I'll call the meeting to order. We're still virtual here. We have a quorum between the virtual and in person. So I thank everybody for tuning in virtually, and thank you everybody who made it. We got a bigger crowd this month than we had last month. It's good to see the faces showing up. Okay, first item on the agenda is the 2023 ARC pre-application process. Kathy.
I think I might need some help, Justin.
I think yours was far all the way to the left. Right there, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't. There's too many blocks there. I couldn't see them. Thank you. I knew when there was all the little squares over there, I'd have a little trouble, but thank you. And I wanted to begin by giving you an update on things that we're working on in the Appalachian program here at Eastgate, which I'll refer to as ARC. And starting with our competitive process, we anyways, that looks like it's last June, the previous months. So I'm just gonna go forward and talk about what I have for you today. The pre-application process was, the applications were due on May 16th, and we had 16 applications that we received from the counties. Each county submitted applications, and they requested over $3.7 million in ARC funds. Those projects had a total project cost of about $27 million. And of course, there's always more of a need than we can fill an application. Our allocation is generally about $1.2 million per year. And this year we are expecting to have a little more than that, about 2 million. So the state has not finalized our allocation. And at this time, we're expecting to have that shortly. Once we have that figure, we'll be able to determine how many of those projects can move forward. We did receive a wide range of projects from workforce development, increasing access to healthcare and infrastructure. Our scoring committee met on May 27th. And at this time, we are still continuing through the review process. I'll have a resolution for you on that next month. And then the other item I have for you, I did talk about it last May. I guess that's when our TAC last met. And this was when Governor DeWine announced the Appalachian Initiative. Very happy to say that as of last month, on May 28th, he actually signed House Bill 377. And that is allocating $500 million to the 32 counties within the Appalachian region. The guidance for this program has not been finalized. We're expecting that in the next 30 days. But we do anticipate it'll come forward in what we're calling 2 phases and 3 buckets. So the 2 phases are $50 million of that will be for planning grants. And then the $450 million will be for implementation grants. We are looking at the 3 buckets as our 3 categories of projects. So we are looking at downtown revitalization, and certainly what is a revitalization in such a city such as Youngstown is very different than what's going to look like within rural Appalachia. So that will be very accordingly to what is your revitalization efforts within your communities. And then we're also looking at improving community health. This would be through schools and community-based services. We want to address the physical and behavioral health of the Appalachian region and also focus on substance use disorders. Then the last category for projects will be on rebuilding our workforce. And for that, we are particularly would like to encourage public-private partnerships. What I'd like to say also is that this program will be administered through the Governor's Office of Appalachia with Director Carey in cooperation and consultation with the 4 local development districts. The criteria is regional and transformational. And what we mean by that is for regional, it cannot be just a one community project. It needs to be with like county-wide, multi-county, multiple cities, municipalities. And then for transformational, that we are defining as evidence-based, public-private partnerships, economically sustainable, and something that you can see within your community that would make Appalachia a place you want to live. The projects will be going through and approved by the controlling board. And the timeline in which we hope to have the guidance for this is about the next 30 days. So we're thinking about August, we'll have that. Once the parameters and the guidelines are available, Eastgate will hold workshops within each of our 3 counties. We do anticipate that there'll be at least 3 rounds of funding for this. And the emphasis is on planning. We really want to make sure we capture all the dollars that we can with this historical $500 million that is coming forth. So Frank, I see Mayor Miller did come, or she's here with us today. She also was with us in at the governor's residence on the 28th for the signing, as well as our Ashtabula County commissioners. Got to hear some of the direction firsthand. So Justin also went with us, and we actually toured the Appalachian Gardens while we were there. So it's a great day for Appalachia. We're looking forward to moving these projects, but at this time, just planting the seed to give you some ideas to start thinking about this. And then as we have those workshops, we can develop some projects for you. And then the last item I had for you was actually a video we wanted to show for the State of the Region conference, but with our virtual audience, we're not able to do that because they wouldn't be able to hear it. We will be sending that to you by email through our constant contact email blast. It also will be on our website, and we'll share that information for you. So those are the 3 items I had to discuss today. I'm sorry I couldn't find my program. This was last the May tech. But if you have any questions, I'll be glad to address them.
Questions? Thank you, Kathy. Okay, next, Mark Self, he's going to update us on Eastgate's Economic Development Program.
Thanks, Gary.
Okay, first item I want to talk about is we have a completed draft of the Regional Economic Recovery Coordination Plan. That was a result of the GM Lordstown Assembly Plant closing in 2019. This study analyzes the impact of that job loss and the economic impact to the region. The plan is up on our website. I have the link right here. Take you to the website. And should pop up. Yeah, and then if you have a comment, we'll have this up for the next 30 days. Those comments can be sent directly to me via email, suggestions, feedback, but you can visit the plan on our website. All right, next, some EDA news. The Port Authority, they were the last of the 4 projects submitted last fall for EDA ARPA funding. They submitted a project for a south side of the airport redevelopment plan. That project was a $256,000 EDA ask, total project cost of $320,000. They received an MFC letter, which in EDA terms is always a good sign. That means that they have a few more things the EDA is looking for, some corrections, some revisions, but that project will more than likely get funded. That would give the region 4 successful applications last fall, including the Trumbull County Tourism Bureau's Regional Master Plan, City of Youngstown Crab Creek Corridor Study, and then the Golden Triangle Infrastructure Improvements. I believe the total EDA funding that will come into the region from those 4 will be roughly about 3.3 million, which is a really good number for our region, for our 3 counties. We have been advised by the EDA that they will be returning to their normal funding of 300 million back to the 50-50 project match requirement. Roughly 6 million of that 300 million would be dedicated to Ohio. So we're dropping off significantly from the American Rescue Plan Act, which I believe there was about 27.5 million available last fall. So it's going to get much more competitive, tougher to get applications funded. So we really want to have our ducks in a row. We've been advised by our EDA rep that applications, submitting for more than $2 million will likely not even be considered. Again, 6 million for the entire state is being dedicated. So it's going to be a tougher round of funding here. Leads me into the next couple of slides. The investment priorities remain the same from last year. Equity, recovery and resilience, workforce development, manufacturing, technology-based economic development, environmentally sustainable development, and exports and FDI. I have a link up on the slide, and I can make these available after the meeting. That'll take you to the EDA's website and explain those priorities in detail. Next, this is a first step that we like to take here at Eastgate. If you have a project idea, some of you in the room have filled these out before. I have a 1-page template I can provide you. Some basic information that the EDA is looking for. This will get us started working with our regional rep, Ellen Hines. And once this process begins, then we can move towards getting an application started. But this is the first step that we'd like to take with any project or potential ideas you may have. Next, I want to talk about briefly where we're at with our Lake to River regional fiber project. We have a partnership formed here with Broadband Ohio. We're going to be jumping on board their NTIA middle mile broadband infrastructure application. That's going to be a statewide application. So our project will be one of many that will go in parallel. And planning for this application, it's already begun. Myself and Steve will be heading down to Columbus on Monday for a kickoff meeting. We hope to have that application completed and submitted no later than the September 30th deadline. But it's very big news for us. This is a transformative project for the region. Again, traversing from Lake Erie to the Ohio River across 4 counties, Ashtabula, Trumbull, Mahoning, and Columbiana. But this is something we've been planning for the last year. And this is definitely a milestone to get, in alignment with the state's broadband office and really some positive momentum moving forward. That's my update for today. If anyone has any questions, happy to take those now. Yes, sir. Yeah. No, you know what, in talking with Kevin and Anthony down there, it was more just they wanted to see what they could do with the south side. They're looking more to enhance some of the training and the programs that they're offering and potentially an MRO, maintenance repair facility. Yeah, is that what you were? Okay, yeah, sometimes referred to differently. I would direct you to them for more in-depth questions, but yeah, a lot of redevelopment there. Anyone else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mark. And then, yeah, just to follow up on the Golden Triangle, we got the 80/20 EDA grant, Jobs and Commerce, working with Christina Shepis. She came up with additional Jobs and Commerce through ODOT. So special thanks to ODOT helping us get additional funding to offset some of the local match that we require. So we're working through those parameters as we speak. But good project.
Yeah.
Very good.
And that was really a start to finish, it was study, plan, implement with the phrase we use here at Eastgate, but that was a very big win for the region.
Just unfortunate, we're going back to 50/50 on those.
Yeah, it is.
80/20 is a nice incentive.
Definitely.
Okay, yeah, next, Murda is up. She's going to discuss and give us an overview of the fiscal year 23-27 transit development program.
Morning, everyone. The fiscal year 2023 to 2027 Transit Development Program, we call it the TDP. The final report has been completed. It's actually a 5-year short-range transportation plan that we utilize to incorporate projects into the Transportation Improvement Program and also into the Metropolitan Transportation Plan. This document is prepared by Eastgate on a yearly basis because transit in Valley changes from year to year, and it's evolving and it's growing. So we update the report to inform our region and anyone living in our region what's taking place with transit in our area. We also utilize information from the transit systems to incorporate into the document. And the document provides information that's provided in conjunction with our transit systems in our area. The report is broken down into 4 sections. There's an introduction section in there that actually talks about how the urbanized area was formed, some of the funding that comes into our urbanized area, and all the changes that have taken place from year to year. It talks about fair descriptions for the transit systems in Mahoney and Trumbull County, ridership data. There's graphs in that document that shows the ridership trends. And if you look at those trends are indications of things that are happening current and future events and past events like COVID. You would see that there's a drop in ridership because COVID, it was, the transit system had to close for a little bit. People weren't riding the bus. There's also a section in there that talks about new and proposed routes and some of the things that we're looking at for future planning. One of the things we talked about was a transit-oriented development program that was completed between an incorporated Market Street corridor, Youngstown, City of Youngstown, and also Boardman Township. Capital improvements are listed in there. Those capital improvements are from our current TIP, and those will be swapped out when we have a new TIP coming out. The other section on it talks about our urbanized area. We're a bi-state urbanized area. And this map that was included in the transit development program shows the comparisons of 2010 to the year 2000. For most of you, I don't know if you know this, but transit funds are dictated by urbanized area, not by state. So we have a portion of our urbanized area, it's a bi-state urbanized area that's, as you see on the screen, in Corporate Pennsylvania, City of Sharon. So transit funds are dictated by urbanized areas and they're formula based. And the Federal Transit Administration comes out with new numbers every year using data provided by the transit systems. Next thing I wanted to show you was the routes right now, current routes that are in Mahoney and Trumbull County. The little dashed line is the ADA all access. People with disabilities living within that boundary area can ride. They're all access service. So currently these routes right now that the WRTA is running in both Mahoney and Trumbull County, there, as previously before that I talked about, there was the Lordstown route, and in North Jackson, and the route in North Jackson and the Warren routes. The Warren routes, some of those routes were, we were able to get monies from the Ohio Department of Transportation to implement those routes in Trumbull County. And this is the link to the report from our website. So if anybody has any questions, I'm willing to take this.
Okay, thanks, Meredith. Okay, next Stephen is gonna discuss the 2050 Metropolitan Transportation Plan.
Morning, everyone. Okay, Justin's talked a handful of times now at these meetings last couple months. But just to give everybody a quick idea of what we want to talk about today. Again, our 2050 Metropolitan Transportation Plan, really the basis of, all we do here on the transportation side. Really focused today is our project solicitation period. But just to give everybody a quick kind of rundown, quick overview again of what the MTP is. Like I said, it's really the basis of what we do for the transportation section. Everything Murda just talked about with the TDP, those projects go into there, and the projects that go into our TIP, this is where they start. This project solicitation period, we go through to work with all the communities, any project that comes, whether it's short-term, mid-term, long-term, all the way out to 2050, getting these project ideas here, getting them on the MTP is our first step. So a few of the things that we really focus on with the project solicitation, but with the whole MTP, again, transportation on there. Equity is a big one. With all of our projects, we need to look at our 2-county area and make sure and see whether it's negatively or positively affecting the communities. We have a lot of different variables we look at and make sure that a project's not making it more difficult or making a worse quality of life there. That's our third one. A lot of our transportation needs, sidewalks, roads, bridges, transit related, getting the workforce, getting everybody to work, getting them there safe. So here's some details on the project solicitation. Big one there, you see an August 31st submittal deadline. Letters will be going out, emails with the letters will be going out. Really simple process here. Anything that receives federal funding, anything from road resurfacings, bridge replacements, sidewalk enhancements, really anything that you can think of related to transportation, we want to get here. We want to get started here. If you come to me in 2 years and say, hey, here's this project idea, looking for some federal funding through one of the programs, that first box that needs to be checked is it on the MTP? Don't worry too much. We're going out to 2050. We don't have to be super exact on a project in 2042. We're taking our best guesses. Justin's doing some scenario planning workshops coming up. That's really us taking a best guess at population changes, whether commercial or expand in certain areas. We're just doing our best to guess here. So, a map of the project, rough estimate, rough year, and really go from there. We'll do our review from August 31st until the end of the year, get everything all aligned. And that estimate's important because with everything we do, we have to show fiscal constraints. So, even if we're not exactly sure what's going to happen in 2045, we still have to show that we're not doing $60 billion worth of projects, and that's not feasible at all. So, all the community members, you guys will see something. Work with your leaders, work with the county engineers, work with ODOT. Get those project submittals into me. Any questions? My email's there. Anything related to the general MTP, Justin's is there. He kind of runs the show. I just do this small little section. So, any questions on that today? Okay, again, you guys will look for those letters, simple forms, nothing too detailed. And I guess one example, we don't need to be super specific on road resurfacing. So I don't need to know every single road in your community when you're doing it. We can just look at a citywide resurfacing program, countywide resurfacing program. The bigger projects, lane additions, intersection improvements, that's where really want to be specific. So yeah, any questions, feel free to reach out.
Any questions for Steve? Arnie?
So would this include things like sidewalks, paths?
Yep, absolutely. Yep, anything that you're doing in Liberty, get a submittal over. The letter's going directly to you, so you'll get it sometime within the next week. Depends on when it shows up, email probably today. So feel free to get started. Any questions? And that August 31st deadline, we give ourselves a few months there to really to line everything up for the plan, and also to answer any questions, to correct anything that may be wrong on a submittal. So it's not a hard deadline of August 31st comes around. If you have a submittal and something needs changed on it, something needs corrected, that's fine. That's why we have those couple months built in. So thank you.
And I'll just add, just be aware that these submissions are not submissions for funding. These submissions are submissions to get you in line to be funded at some point. So just keep that in mind that, you're not actually applying for any funds with this submittal. Well, that's your first step to get it.
Yeah, there'll be other application processes already. I mean, they do this every so often. So when, STBG funding, TAP funding comes out, that's when you'll actually apply for the funding for the projects that are listed on this place.
It's kind of like the EDA process.
Similar, yeah. Everything that's anything that gets funded in our 2-county area using federal dollars has to be in this document.
And
At
another
some point.
And another good point to make there is, we're going through this process now, but we update this document every 5 years. So if you don't need to rack your brains and try to think of what you're going to do. And oh my gosh, if I miss something 15 years out, we're going to have another update. So really the focus is on the short term and the midterm. But we need to go all the way out to 2050. So.
And if something major comes along, we can always amend our long range plan to include it. But again, that's something major. That's a new interchange somewhere that nobody thought of in 2030, but it came up. We're not going to amend our long range plan to, for simple things. So there's flexibility in there, but you guys, we really need you to do the due diligence, and let's put our best effort in now that we're doing it.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Thanks. Okay, next, Stephanie is going to discuss 208 plan update.
Normally, I'm up here talking about watershed stuff, so I'm going to switch back gears to my original work. And the 208 plan. I know sometimes 208, 201 gets all confused. I totally get it. I know and understand everybody's frustrations. So the 208 plan is the overall document. It's a document that we are required to update, just like the MTP, but we do our plan more on a when as needed type of basis. When things change, then the plan gets updated, such as septic system regulations. If those need to be incorporated into the plan, then we update it. So this is a summary of our 2022 update. It's been about 4 years since our last update, which was in 2018. And we're just now getting into doing some things different. So what I did was I took a look at the original document from the 70s again, and I looked at our updates in 08 and 18 and thought, what can we do to scale it down into a smaller document, but that still met the requirements. So what you'll see in this document, and I'll pull that up in a few minutes once I go through the slides, is a more compact version of what we've had in the past. So some updates that have happened since 2018 was we've added a couple facility planning areas. One was Sebring and the other one was West Farmington. So updating our tables for management agencies was involved in this. Septic system rules and regulations that took place back in the late, I don't know if it was the 2015 or 2018, but we've updated those since, needed to bring things up to speed. And I threw in hyperlinks to documents and websites throughout this document. So this way, when we're referencing a watershed action plan or something else from the Ohio EPA that is relevant to this plan, or TMDLs, you can click on the link and it goes right to it. So this way you don't have to spend time searching through the respective agencies' websites. They're right there. And of course, I like illustrations and maps. I'm a visual person, so I think that I've made some relevant changes in that respect. Quickly, same amount of chapters, just a little bit shorter and a little more relevant and flowing. So chapter 2, we did a little more economic development summary as it related to the population and infrastructure needs. You'll see some sections from the SEDS that have been taken out and placed in here, specifically with, as I mentioned, population, but also with the project tables. We've talked about physical characteristics of the region, geography and geology. Why that's important is because our region, our soils aren't necessarily supportive of home sewage septic systems. So those are all part of the planning of where sewer infrastructure should be to help prevent non-point source pollution or stormwater runoff, where untreated sewage is then sent into our local streams. And I've added a little more updated watershed summaries based on what Ohio EPA's data has said. Chapter 3 breaks down the Ohio water quality standards. Again, inserted hyperlinks that were relevant, information, data that was collected and put into the 208 plan, and also summarized individual watershed trends. Chapter 4 is public wastewater treatment. It talks about the different wastewater treatment plants. So whether you are a publicly owned treatment works or a wastewater treatment plant, we've used those terms interchangeably in the document. They mean the same thing. We've also talked about packaged plants in this chapter and why they're relevant for certain areas in our planning region. Then we get into chapter 5, and that's kind of like the who's who in water quality management, talking about different roles from Ohio EPA to the area-wides and even including the local health department, because of course they're the ones that regulate and help us with the septic systems in our region. Chapter 5 will also include the 201 facility planning areas and the treatment language options, or we call them our prescriptions. Those are pretty much the two main items that I think consultants or management agencies pay more particular attention to, because those are the boundaries that show where the sanitary sewer service is, where the planning will be, when infrastructure is extended in that area, what wastewater treatment plan it goes to. And it also tells people in general where sewer is, maybe, or may be coming, and which areas in that facility planning area are going to remain with septic systems, just because of the fact of economics. Chapter 6 is dedicated strictly to home sewage treatment systems. We've expanded it to include additional financial resource information. Chapter 7 is our stormwater management. Here I've updated it to include Ohio EPA's non-point source management plan, which is an awesome document when you're looking into alternative methods to dealing with stormwater runoff. They have some really good suggestions there. It's a plan for the entire state of Ohio, and it includes things as far as urbanization to even the agricultural rural side of our communities. I've included our 9-element non-point source implementation strategy plans, which is our NIPSIS plans. Those are formerly known as the watershed action plans that we've worked on here at Eastgate. And it included information on the agricultural side of our communities because as our region is, we are both urban and Chapter 8 is the chapter on important critical resources. Again, we're always focusing on here protecting surface waters, which 9 times out of 10 will lead into a drinking water source. So we're protecting not only the streams, but also the reservoirs that house our drinking water sources. And I have to say that we're extremely blessed with all those resources that we have, because we do have water that is plentiful in those reservoirs. Looking at protecting riparian zones and a section on wetlands that actually looks at them as a asset rather than a liability to the community. So those in trying to help communities and readers understand the value and importance of keeping wetlands intact. And of course, we expand into floodplains, which I added one too many O's, so it's like floodplains. No, because floodplains are, flooding is extremely wide and large. It's a reason for everything. So I'm going to click on the document. I'm going to show you the document real quick, and I'll give you extra credit points if you can identify this aerial of the wastewater treatment plant. So you can look at it and get back to me on that one. But essentially, you'll see this information, lots of acronyms, because you know we love our vegetable salads and our ABCs. So did all that. We do have a lot of historical information integrated throughout the plan rather than just a dedicated chapter on it. So some changes there. We're highlighting our watersheds that we focus on. Here's our SEDS information, always valuable. These are some of the projects that we will continue to follow here at Eastgate to make sure that they're moving forward, or if there's a funding avenue that possibly the environmental department can help identify and to maybe push things forward to a certain extent, we're happy to do that. And I think this is a great section of the SEDS that puts those in the forefront of everyone's minds. And so, not to bore everybody, but please take a moment to look through this document, read it, let me know what you like, what you dislike, what I'm missing, any other areas that we need to focus on here in region, and this way we can continue with the update. So if there are any questions, comments, my information is on the screen. I'll be taking the comments up until between now and Monday, August 8th, the close of business day. So any initial questions? Yes.
Hi, Stephanie. Katie Phillips. I email you sometimes. I wanted to ask about the MPS, IS, the 9-element plans. Does Eastgate partner and help certain communities with specific plans? We've been getting a lot of questions, just preliminary questions about how to access 319, ISDA 319 grants. And then I know the first step is to have a 9-element plan. And then I don't know really where to help people from there. So I guess I just want, and then I know the state has done. So do you have any advice on how I just direct people potentially on what to do next with something like that? If they can talk to Eastgate or they should go, right? I don't know. I just haven't been able to direct people very well with regard to that.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. We don't get very many on business plan questions, so thank you very much.
Sure.
I think it's awesome when Eastgate works with the communities that want one of these plans, because yes, it is an avenue to access 319 grants. So for instance, in the past, we spoke with Mill Creek Metro Parks to kind of find out what projects they may have in the future that they may want to tap into 319 grant funds for. So the 319 grants can be used for dam removal, stormwater management, stream restoration, conservation easements. So with that being in mind, we started to write the individual IFSIS plans. Mind you, before, it used to be one large watershed action plan. Under the new 9-element plans, they've been divided into smaller sub-watersheds. So Mill Creek actually has 3. So we began writing the background information on the 3. And what happened was when I attended an ABC Stormwater District meeting, they were talking about wanting to apply for 319 grants and that they were going to hire somebody to write them. Well, that popped up in my mind that, hey, Eastgate is already doing this, but there's a limit to what we can do because we don't have that technical experience and knowledge when it comes to writing the projects and the specifics to those projects that have to go into these IFSIS plans. So that was a perfect public-private marriage where we wrote the backgrounds, worked with CT consultants to finish the plans, did stakeholder meetings together, and were able to get those 3 plans updated or endorsed. And we just got one of them updated for a project that'll be hopefully funded by 319. So yes, I would say a first start could be here at Eastgate with our background that we have with developing those plans as well as working with the different communities to get them started. But yeah, and then it would just be working with everybody to get one state endorsed.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. I appreciate
Yep, welcome. Thank you. Anything else?
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
Ken's going to discuss the air quality conformity report.
Just want to bring to attention to everybody that we're currently in our public outreach for our air quality conformity, accepting comments or questions until July 15th, which is a week Friday. Very simply, air quality conformity, in its simplest terms, would be that both of our MTP and the projects in that document and the projects in our TIP meet our air quality conformity budgets and emissions. So our emissions for 2020, 2030, or 2040 currently. It's a 4-year cycle that we're on. October 4th of 2022, our current conformity is good till. What we'll do next is really, I have a resolution for you today. Barring any comments or questions, we'll pass that again through an email, but then we'll also ask our policy board to pass that. One good thing about this year is that there are no new projects that we have added to our, well, I should say, no new capacity added projects to our long range plan or TIP. We did a bang up job of identifying those projects in our last update. So therefore, this is kind of just a formality because our budgets and our emissions are still within, because of course we added the new projects. I do have it on our website if you're interested in taking a look at it. I would also offer that if you want to get into the weeds and understand how the budgets and how the emissions and how we go about our model and our variables and all that comes into play, I'd be more than happy to sit down with you and probably bore you for a couple hours, but you're more than welcome to reach out to me. So if you did go on our website, in our top news, you would see public comments sought for air quality transportation conformity. A little blurb there, and if you would click on right here, available, and that would pop you up to the document itself. I'm not going to go through it again because we did not add any new capacity adding projects. We're pretty much status quo. So that's all I have. If there's any questions or if you want to talk in greater detail, let me know.
Can you give a quick summary of that resolution? It's not your standard resolution. They'll be asked to pass.
Yes, quick summary.
Yeah, quick.
Would be, there's a lot of mumbo jumbo in here that has to be the T's crossed and the I's dotted. But basically, again, it just says that we conform to all of the regulations passed through federal highway. And that, I guess the most important thing is that we have not added or amended our 2040 MTP update. But that is just basically saying this resolution basically says we went through the process, that our air quality conformity is still good for the next 4 years. Interesting though, because we are developing our new 2050 plan, we do anticipate capacity adding projects coming in. So therefore, we'll have to run new budgets, new emissions. Therefore, we'll bring you a very similar resolution because we'll have a new air quality conformity determination for our 2050 plan. So this one will be good October 4th of 2022. And then we're probably going to repeat it sometime in the spring. I don't know if that answered your question
Yeah,
or
no,
not, but. Thank you.
Thanks, Ken. Okay, now Grant's gonna update us on the Eastgate's Regional Bicycle and Pedestrian Plan. Grant.
All right, hello everyone. Just want to do a quick update on the bike pedestrian plan we've been working on. One thing we've been doing is we've got on, which we've talked about a few times, we've got on our website, we've got a survey up that we're getting some input on people. We've gotten quite a few people, our online form we've got at least 61 people last time I had downloaded the data from it. And we've also got some people who've done some paper ones. There was a community day that Justin was able to attend and set up a little table down there and had some paper surveys out there. We got some responses which still have to be merged into everything. That'll give us a little bit of overview. At least we've been looking at some of the data that's come out. One of the questions we asked about what type of transportation devices people own in their households. Out of 61 people, 60 of them said they had cars. But we've also got, seeing that 54 people said they had bikes and other micromobility devices, which is good to get to see an idea of what people have or looking at what they're using it out there for. We also asked questions about what barriers prevent you from walking and biking, seeing high traffic speed, infrastructure, unlawful motorists. Then we also did the other category that people were able to actually type in some responses, put some stuff in, and seeing areas to spread out, distance, lack of sidewalks. Another question we use, which actually is really interesting to look at, is what type of infrastructure you feel comfortable to use. Going from, showing up the greenways and off-road trails, which, those are a lot easier for people to use. So obviously we got a lot of responses, people that are willing to, bike or walk down those trails. Sidewalks is up there, the high visibility crosswalk, and actually seeing interesting the road with paved shoulder, people felt just as safe with the crosswalk as walking on a paved shoulder. See, mid-block crosswalks up there is still pretty decent amount of people feel confidently crossing there, but then also seeing that with the unmarked crosswalk, seeing that people really don't feel comfortable with that. And of course, then the road with no shoulder also is down there. We also ask people why they walk and bike. Most people spend recreation, exercise, or social purposes, but some people are doing commuting to work or school and errands. There is another category, also has some other, which we also have typed out responses for. One other thing we're doing is we are working on updating the bike map. We had the bike map that was released a couple years back and been updated a few times. So one thing we're looking at is trying to put a little bit more data into figuring out where people are going to be able to are comfortable riding. So we're looking at some different stuff that's done by some different people, where they did a lot of analysis based off of the number of lanes on a road and the speed limit on the roads. Trying to figure out that and figuring out what the stress level is based off of those factors. Which this is a chart here showing where the dark green is that people are, there's not much stress. The red is it's a lot more stress. One thing we've been looking at doing is we don't have a lot of the best speed limit data throughout our entire region. So we are taking advantage of streetlight data, which has a way of calculating out the 85th percentile from traffic on each road. Felt like it'd be a little bit more accurate for on the road, just because the road is a long straight, 25 miles per hour. A lot of times people don't do 25 miles per hour. Using this 85th percentile allows us to get a lot more idea of how people are actually going to feel other cars are doing on that road to be compared. So we're doing this across the entire region, working through all the roads, getting this analysis done. See on left here is the map where we've got a bunch of the data that's already been put together, showing off areas of the different traffic stress. One of the things that also go into this is going to be stuff like bike lanes are going to get put in there to, there'll be a noticeable difference of bringing stress levels down for bike lanes or any other bike infrastructure that's included. On the right is a map that shows just a more zoomed in area of some of the different locations. And I wanted to include this because one of the things that's really interesting to think of what makes showing off why this can be a great resource is over here is this little red section right here, which is a little section which I believe it jumps up to 4-lane road through that area. You can see north of it, there's some green areas people are comfortable travel, should be comfortable travel on. South, they're green, but this highlights it. There's a connection out there that is not going to be good for people biking, walking. And this can help show out that this is someplace that maybe should be looked into if something that we be finding these gaps where the people may not be able to make these connections through. That's been one of the, I think, one of the most useful ways of showing this data off at the end. On the last day, we got extra stuff behind it. There are a few hiccups we got to get out. There's some stuff where the road data may not be accurate, but we're set this up so that anything we correct, somebody finds something that looks wrong, they don't understand why, can bring it up for us to look at it and go, okay, it was tagged as a 4-lane road, it's a 2-lane road. And we'll be able to easily, quickly, just this data will update for us over time. So hopefully it'll be a much more living document, living data set, and be able to have a lot of great data. With that said, we also get a survey is still on our website. We're still looking for more responses to that. But we're also, one of the things we're going to start putting more of it into now is getting a lot of, making sure we have information about all the different bike and pedestrian infrastructure out there. So if you have in your community any bike lanes or anything that is something that's going to assist bikes and pedestrians, reach out, let us know, make sure it's not been missed, something that we know about. If you have anything planned, let us know so we can go ahead and get that in. If you have anything dreamed up, let us know so we at least can look at it. Maybe we'll be able to have some input with taking our data sets to it. Is there any questions?
Talk about bike. Are you making any distinction between bike and walking routes?
So this map section here, this is based off of just the idea of the biking stuff. We currently do have our sidewalk gap analysis. And at some point, it'd be nice to take that a little bit further, maybe, and try to incorporate that some more. But right now, we're trying to just get this part of the bike stuff updated.
Any other questions for Grant? Thanks, Grant. Okay. As Ken mentioned, General Policy Board resolution will be sent out via email for everybody to vote on. It takes us down to open discussion. Are there any announcements, items for discussion? Stephanie?
Yeah, I'd like to announce that Clean Ohio's program year 2022 to 2023, which is round 17, is now open. Our district, which is District 6, has close to $3 million available for funding. Applications aren't due until November, but all the information will be uploaded, including our calendar for the program year. Will be updated on Eastgate's website for folks to look at. I am going to have a workshop on July 22nd, either here, you can attend here in person or virtually, But more information on that will be forthcoming. I'm still working on the flyer to have it posted. So just check back on our website between now and next Tuesday for that information. But if there's any questions with regards to that program, just contact me again. All applications, again, are through OPWC's WorksWise portal.
Okay, thank you, Stefan. Anything else for the committee? No, we're adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Back in. You're full of-